glorious morning. I got up this morning and did yoga with Saidia, the therapy lady, and I feel good. I really did work out some kinks. Whew. It was like giving ourselves giving ourselves massages today. Felt really good. Much needed. And I am, sorry, I need to sign on so I can see everybody. Good morning, sunflowers. Good morning. Everybody, come on in. All right, today we're going to be talking about water. Water. Why, you ask? I don't drink enough water. I don't drink enough water at all. Good morning, Elaine, Robnett, Moore. So I have my screen open, actually. Good morning, Lexi. I have my screen on my other computer open because I want to make sure that I am following along with what information that's not mine. I don't determine how much water you need. That's for you to determine, but there are some guidelines. Good morning, Stacy. So yesterday, Suli challenged all of us that are a part of the workout group to drink a gallon of water. And I don't take dares, but I'm down for a challenge on a regular basis, almost on a regular basis. Good morning, Shay Randolph Taylor. Good morning. But I'm down to take a challenge. So I embark on this challenge, and 130 something ounces later. So in case you don't know, a gallon of water is 128 ounces. And when I initially thought it was 64 ounces, yeah, don't talk about me, but I initially thought it was 64 ounces. I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. Now we're talking about somebody who does not really hydrate much at all. It's not that I drink soda or juice or anything else. I don't really drink much of anything, which is crazy, right? But drinking means going to the bathroom, and I get tired of going to the bathroom. And I know it's not good for my kidneys. It's not good for me, my body. I need to wash the toxins out, yada, yada, yada. I get it. But I hate going to the dang bathroom all the time. So I don't drink a lot. So yesterday I embarked on this challenge, 128 ounces of water. And I actually halfway through the day, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm making it, because everybody else had already had, not everybody, but some people had already made it to 40 ounces, 60 ounces, and I hadn't even finished 20 ounces, right? Now there's a 3-hour time difference. No, so actually the 3-hour time difference worked against me, because if they were already at 64 ounces and I'm only at 22, I don't have much time to go, right? So I actually, when I lowered my goal to 64 ounces, I said, you know what, guys, I don't really think I'm going to be able to do a gallon. So I'm going to aim for 64 ounces. Well, y'all know I'm an overachiever. So, right. I'm totally an overachiever. So once the goal was lowered to 64, I drank that and some. I reached my goal and some. Good morning, Karen. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Good morning, Tobiah. So I ended up reaching 132 ounces, I think, somewhere around there. I'd have to do the math. I don't feel like doing that. But at that point, my head was hurting a little bit. I didn't feel nauseous or anything, but my head was hurting a little bit. And I finished my water we were supposed to finish drinking our gallon by 7 o'clock in the evening. Well, I finished mine at 6:15. Now, remember, I had said I'm not even going to do the full gallon. I'm only going to do half of it. And by 6:15, I had done more than my share, right? But I had a slight bit of a headache. And throughout the day, Suli had sent a message in our check-in text that said, if you need electrolytes, add some salt. So I took my chocolate chip cookie that I had baked the day before. I dipped that sucker in some salt. And I ate that cookie. Now, if you don't know, adding salt to your cookie, like just sprinkling salt over your cookie, it brings out the chocolate flavor more. It adds a tremendous amount of flavor to your cookie. So that's not unheard of. Usually when I bake my chocolate chip cookies, I'll sprinkle a little sea salt on the top when it's cooling. And I had just forgotten to do that this time. So I just dipped it in the sea salt. Good morning, Susanna. And I needed more salt. More salt. So I dipped it in the salt, ate the cookie. And then I had made some turkey soup. I ate the turkey soup. There was salt in the turkey soup. By 9 or 10 o'clock at night, I felt thirsty. Now I had enough water for the week, dang near. Not really, but you know. So I knew I needed to up my electrolytes. So I went ahead and got a Gatorade, and I drank some Gatorade, and I felt much better. And the reason I'm bringing that all out right now is because what I realized after having done too much water drinking yesterday is that there is a such thing as too much. How much water do you really need? Do you, Kai, who's sitting, walking around with your boot on your foot, barely active, not because you don't want to be active, but because you can't be active, do you need a gallon of water? Is a gallon of water beneficial to you? Not drinking all that water, not going to drink to the point it hurts. As long as the urine appearance is very light, I'm good. The question is, how much do you really need? Man, Steve, at that point where I had drunk all that water, you wouldn't even known I peed when you if you came in the bathroom right after me and I didn't flush, you would never have known I peed. Never. It was so clear. But the question is, do you really need that much water? Now, if I were, good morning. So I already said good morning. Good morning, Suli. We're talking about the water challenge. If I were Suli, now that she's popped up, if I were Suli and I was working out and as physically active as Suli is, then maybe a gallon of water is sufficient and okay and good and possibly needed because she's working out and she's sweating out what she's taking in, right? But for me, inactive Kai, a gallon of water is too much. It is too much. It's too much and it's not healthy. It's not a matter of it's too much because I have to pee. And y'all know I don't like to have to go to pee and all that much. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's too much because my body doesn't need it, and too much water. You can drown from drinking too much water, and you can mess up your system because you deplete yourself of all the electrolytes that you need because you're so dang on busy drinking water, trying to get a gallon in that you don't even eat. Why? Because my belly is filled with water. I cannot simultaneously fill it with water and food. I'm full. If you feel hungry, drink water. It'll hold you off. Yes, I had an extra 64 ounces before I went to bed, different for different people, and you don't do the challenge every day. I heard at some point you flush out all the vitamins and minerals. Not sure if that's true. You can. The key is this: how much water do you really need? And I think that my point here: add electrolytes and spread it over the day evenly. Yes, and eat right. And this is the thing, Suli. The point is that everybody doesn't need a gallon. And everybody shouldn't take in a gallon. If you are super physically active, a gallon is great. If you are a couch potato, get your 64. Focus on water. Focus on drinking water, right? So I did that challenge and realized that I cannot tolerate a gallon of water. One, I don't need it. I'm not doing the physical activity throughout the day. I am not active enough in the day to warrant that much water in my system at any given point, right? Even if I spread it out over the whole day, it's not healthy for me, an inactive person, to take in a gallon of water. Now, in the summertime, when I'm sweating a lot and when I'm outside, when I'm more active, when I don't have a boot on my foot and I'm dancing and I'm moving, I might do a gallon plus, right? But everybody has to govern where they are, where they need to be, and what they're aiming for, right? If you're on the couch, 8 glasses is sufficient. Exactly. That's exactly. You don't need more than 8 glasses of water, but you do need to get your 8. That's the point. So the challenge for me was to force myself to drink the water. Yes, I did the gallon because a lot of times if you challenge me, I'm up for it. And I'm like, yeah, challenge. I got it. Challenge. Don't dare me because I don't take dares, but challenge me, that's different. So pay attention to your water intake. And the one thing that it did do is it made me focus on at least measuring to get in a good amount of water. Because let me tell you what did happen. Now, a gallon was too much. A gallon was too much. Let's just make sure that you understand. I'm not telling you go out and drink a gallon of water. And I'm not challenging you to drink a gallon of water. Suli, yeah, you drink a gallon of water because you're active, girl. Just keep it up. You could drink a gallon every day, for real. As active as you are, Suli, gone. Drink your gallon every day. But if you get sick, don't say it. You did it because Kai said do it. Okay. I didn't need a nap yesterday. I was perfectly alert. As a matter of fact, that water intake helped keep me alert, aware, my brain clear, mind clear, focused on work. Just water. Just making sure that you have proper hydration. And there are lots of things that are included in water, right? Now, personally, it's not that I don't drink water because I don't like the taste of water. I love my water. It's delicious. I love it. I love the taste of water. And I usually either drink, if I'm drinking something, I would get up in the morning, I have a little bit of water. But see, I'm only drinking like that much because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom. So I take a little bit at a time. I got to get over the bathroom issue. I know it's a mental thing. I'm used to a gallon or more every day, but I get in a lot of minerals via electrolytes too. Exactly. And you're so active, Suli, with your weightlifting, with your paddling, with all of the things that you're so active that probably if you did less than a gallon a day, you would be really harming yourself. And I hope to get to that level of activity in the near future where a gallon of water a day isn't harming me, it's helping me, right? But what I will say is the gallon challenge yesterday jump-started me to, again, refocusing on getting my proper water intake. Because even though I ended up with a little bit of a headache that went away as soon as I added some salt, I felt so good and alert and energetic. And it's so interesting because last week Rose was on the phone with me and I was like, girl, I just get so tired. I need to go to sleep. She's like, Kai, have you been drinking water? And I said, no, girl, I don't drink water. I haven't had any water. I had some coffee, 1 cup of coffee, and that's it. Maybe a little bit of water first thing when I wake up, but that's it. So she's like, Kai, you need to get back to drinking water. You need to get back to drinking water. And yesterday proved that to me because I had so much more energy yesterday than I've had in a while. So if you are not getting your water, get your water in. You're 80% water. Where will your body get it from if you're not drinking? I don't know, child. I don't know where my body gets it from. Me too. I felt much more alert. I needed the challenge too for wintertime. And that's the thing, because the challenge, now you don't have to do the challenge of a gallon. Challenge yourself though to get your proper water intake, whether it's 64 ounces. Let's see, I'm looking at something, WebMD. And WebMD says for men, the Institute of Medicine recommends a total of 13 cups of fluid each day. That says fluid, but we're going to say water. We've all heard that 8 glasses of water each day is the best, but okay, so for men, 13 glasses. For women, they suggest 9 cups each day. For pregnant women, it should be 10 cups, and those who are breastfeeding, 12 cups. If you're outside on a hot day or doing something that makes you sweat a lot, you'll need to drink more to stay hydrated. The same is true if you have an illness that causes you to throw up, have diarrhea, or run a fever, you need to drink more. If you have a condition like heart failure or a particular type of kidney disease, you may need to limit your fluid intake, so talk to your doctor. How much water do you really need? It's not how much water do people need. It's how much water do you really need. Challenge yourself to take in that water. The other thing is, I felt physically better. My muscles physically better. Pain greatly diminished when you hydrate your body. So not only are you more alert, when you are alert, you're able to do more things because you don't hurt as much. So the challenge was really great. I mean, fortunately, I didn't get sick. I got a little bit of a headache, but some salt took care of that. Fortunately, I didn't get sick. But there were some people on the feed that said they felt nauseous, and I chimed in, stop. Stop. If you're nauseous, if you're taking in so much water that you're getting nauseous, stop. And I don't mean nauseous because you take one glass of water and you don't like the flavor of water. Get over that. Add a piece of fruit to it to drink your water. I mean nauseous from taking in too much. So you've had 6 glasses and all of a sudden you're nauseous. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't drink anymore. Stop drinking it and aim the next day to increase. You don't have to dive straight in. If you only drink 1 glass of water a day right now, you don't have to dive into 8 glasses or 9 glasses if you're a man. 13 cups, 9 if you're a woman and 13 if you're a man. You don't have to dive right into that, but work towards that. Challenge yourself to at least get half of it. And then be an overachiever like me. And once you say, oh, I'm fine with just doing half, then overachieve, right? I'm telling you, that's what I did yesterday, y'all. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, man. I was a punk. I'm like, I can't. 64, 82, 120. I'm like, ooh, but I got it. So the reason I ended up doing 130 something, whatever it was, is because I have a cup, a big cup. Well, it's not in here, but I have a big cup that I put on my scale and I weighed it when I poured the water in it to see how much water it holds. And I would fill that up and I counted how many times I filled it up. So on the last time, I didn't only fill it up to make up the last of the ounces I need. I just filled it all the way up. So once I filled it all the way up, I got to finish it because you started, you have to finish it, right? So that's how I ended up drinking more than what I was supposed to. ESP especially with COVID, keep your throat hydrated. Yes. And don't drink 6 glasses one after the other. Yeah, right. Because I was like, wait, it's almost 6 o'clock. Go. Take your time. But if you start getting a headache from the water, not because your child got on your nerves, not because your boss is calling you at 7:50 in the morning when you about to get ready to do yoga and calling me, man. And then when I roll over in the bed and answer the phone, first my coworker called me. Look, right, I know it's a squirrel. My coworker called me. I love my job. My coworker called me. And she's like, your boss is on the phone. I'm a patch him in. Okay, fine. I'm asleep, y'all. I'm asleep. Boss comes on the line. I was like, yeah, hello. He's like, see, I told you. I'm like, told you what? I told her you was going to be asleep. You on California time. Long as you know, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, so not getting a headache because of the water intake, stop. If you're getting nauseous because of the water intake, stop. Check your electrolytes. Make sure you're not skipping meals just to get your water in. And I'm talking to myself right now. Making sure you're not skipping meals to get your water in. And one thing is, when we were little, I was little. I don't know if this was for you too, but probably for some of you at least. You didn't get to drink anything until after you ate. Finish all your food before you drink because you're going to fill yourself up with water. That is a great weight loss method. That is a great way to monitor. Make sure your kid's not overeating. I think from now on, I'm going to sit that boy down like, here, have a glass of water before you eat dinner. From now on, you drink before you eat. Now, that doesn't work if you got picky eaters who don't eat a lot. But when you got kids that eat you out of house and home, before dinner, when you have people, grown folks too, actually, when you have people who eat you out of house and home, pour them a glass of water before they eat. I'm going to start doing that. Call my son into the kitchen, baby, here, have a glass of water while I get your plate fixed. And now drink this glass of water while you eat your food. Don't save it till the end. Top off your meal. Start your meal with a glass of water. Oh, yeah, that girl is a genius. That's Suli talking about, where is everyone? Suli, do you see anybody? Because Steve is here, Stacy is here, Shay is here, Chelsea is here, Charmin Turnage is here, Tobias is here. Everybody's here, Suli. Here with you. Deidre. Oh, good morning, Deidre. Is this the first time you're joining us, Deidre? Oh my God. If Deidre Jackson, if this is the first time that she is joining us, then we got to all throw some love to Deidre. We have to welcome Deidre to the table. Drinking tea, not water. Tea counts, Chelsea. Charmin, tea counts. Hey, Jasmine. Good morning, Jasmine. Suli, Stacy says call her. Oh, Suli's like, where y'all at? How come y'all not joining in the conversation? Deidre is on YouTube. Deidre's on YouTube. My mother is here. No. Okay, I get it. Deidre, you don't see all the love that's being thrown towards you because it's hearts being thrown up in Facebook, but everybody is saying welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the table, Deidre. We are talking about water, drinking. You know, you were part of that. That's Deidre Jackson, right? I don't know that coffee counts. Coffee counts, Suli? Oh, hell, I drank way too much then yesterday. If coffee counts, no, but correct me if I'm wrong, Suli, coffee or tea without sugar. So if you put sugar in your coffee or sugar in your tea, that doesn't count, right? It has to be plain. No, girl, Kool-Aid does not count. No, we're not count. Wait, Suli, did you say yep? Oh, Deidre, no, honey, girl, you got to chime in. You got to speak up at the table. No sugar and no milk. Okay, there we go. So if you drink your tea or your coffee plain, then that counts. So my coffee doesn't count because I add a little bit of sugar and a little bit of milk to mine. So only black coffee. If you drink your coffee black, then it counts for your intake as well. Make sure that you are getting your water in. Make sure that you are getting your water in. And make sure that you are getting in the amount of water that is good for you. Don't worry about overachiever Suli talking about I drink a gallon plus. Today, so it's always somebody at the table. You list everyone. Huh? You list at who's Sid? Sid don't count. What? Okay, Stacy, I missed your comment. I'm not sure what that means. Just remember, tea and coffee are diuretics, so that water will come out as soon as you drink it. Yeah. Ew, I can't drink. Yeah, right. Shay, me either. Ugh. So, you gotta count. You have to not count your coffee. Ugh. But I'm working towards it. I'm actually much better I'm actually starting to like the flavor of coffee, which I've never liked the flavor. I just like the smell. And I like my coffee with all that extra crap in it. Sugar, lots of cream. But now that I'm making my coffee at the house, I'm putting less sugar and I don't use cream anymore. I just use milk, almond milk. So let's just make sure that we're getting our water intake in. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I know it's always somebody at the table talking about Professor. I always somebody throwing off the curve. Usually it's Elaine throwing off the curve, but Suli, now it's starting to be you. I mean, a lot of times it's been you, but I guess I just never called it that. But for real, Suli, you trying to throw off the curve. All the rest of us struggling to get 2 glasses in. She's like, Professor, I get in 2 gallons of water a day. So do I have to do the homework? Coffee with coconut creamer. So that doesn't count, Tabaya. Your coffee with coconut creamer does not count as your water intake. So yesterday's challenge was to drink a gallon of water. I'm going to challenge everybody at the table to get in. Don't beg, mama. Don't beg my pardon. Don't beg. Begging is not attractive. It is so not attractive. You could just ask for my pardon, but don't beg, okay? So I'm going to challenge everybody to get their water intake up and or in. For me, it's up and in, right? Because as of right this moment today, I've had no water. I feel like I did enough yesterday for yesterday and today. So I'm ahead of the game, right? Everyone have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful day too, Susanna. We're about to go to you. This is great timekeeping. I got 4 minutes to say my goodbyes. I want to challenge you to, awesome, Tabaya. Awesome. I want everybody to at least aim for 64 gallons. But Tabaya, you are a man. You need more than 64. You need 13 cups, so 13 times 8. I hate drinking water, but I've gotten better at it. I've gotten nauseous when I drink it many times, but I looked it up, and a few reasons are that if you drink after eating, you may be feeling too full. However, if you drink before eating, I lost my place. If you drink before eating, you may be too low on energy. That's usually my problem, is that I drink before eating and don't have a ton of energy. That's why soda or juice is easier to drink, because of the sugar your body can use for energy. So now I drink a little bit of water throughout the day. Very good, Chelsea. Very good. Very good. So Karen, if you already get your 64 ounces in, you need to add 8 more ounces, because you should be at 9 cups. So up it by 8 more ounces. So if you're already at 64, try to get to 8 more ounces. Tabaya, try to get up at least 8 more ounces now, and let that be your new norm, and then work it up some more. The other thing that we have to realize is that you just have to schedule water breaks. Schedule yourself for drinking water, because you're not always going to feel thirsty, especially when it's cold outside. You're not always going to feel thirsty. And as we age, we feel thirst less. Our body doesn't recognize thirst as much as it used to when we were younger. Chelsea, Suli says, add electrolytes to your water. Well, when you, Suli, when you say add electrolytes, how do you add electrolytes to the water? Is this like a powder you put in? I'm thinking maybe Arbonne has something like that, but let's say she wanted to add some electrolytes to her water now. How would she do that until she's able to order some Arbonne or order from whatever other product that would do that? How do you add electrolytes to your water? So let's let Suli tell us how to add electrolytes to our water. Oh, an electrolyte tablet. You can get it from like GNC or Whole Foods or whatever. You can go get a tablet. Does it change the flavor of your water? So I'm going to look into that too, because I want to make sure that I'm getting in my proper electrolytes. So make sure that you're getting your water in, guys. If you already get 64 ounces and you're female, up it by 8 more ounces. If you get 64 ounces, oh, Suli says you can get it from the supermarket. Okay, perfect. So we need to look for that. If you are a male and you're getting 64 ounces, that's 8 cups. So aim to increase that, and you can just increase it over time. You don't have to do it right away, but I want you guys all to get in your, oh, they have flavors. Ah, awesome. Safeway, Lucky, you can have flavor. Awesome. And it's sold in the water aisle, I'm assuming. The water aisle, I'm assuming. All right. So you guys, that's what I want to talk about today. Thank you, Suli, for that challenge yesterday. It really has gotten my mind straight on the fact that I really need to get back to drinking the proper amount of water to keep my body hydrated. Your body needs water. Like Suli said, your body is 80% water. Why don't you help it out some? Put some in there. Put some in there. Your body gets water from the foods that you eat, from everything else, but it's pulling from those foods. Isn't it just nicer if you just give it what it needs without it having to pull, without it having to pull from your fruits and vegetables and pull from your whatever else you eat, right? Just give it to it. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful, glorious day. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Suli. Thank you, Suli, for the water challenge. Everybody check in along the way. Let me know how you're doing with your water. Yesterday, when we were checking in with each other all throughout the day, it really pushed us. Accountability is key. We will be accountable because you help us stay accountable, right? And you're going to be accountable because we're going to help you stay accountable, right? Have a wonderful, glorious day. Mind your COVID manners. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Keep your water intake up. This is also, I'm sorry, I'm going to add this last thing. This is also super important. I need to add that. Yep, I'm adding that to your COVID manners. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Drink your water. That's what we have now. 4. Okay. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you here tomorrow.